Welcome to the Feline Perspective Video Library and Part 1 of A Guide to Trimming Your Cat's Claws. My name's Phyllis Meyer. I am the author of the Feline Perspective blog on cat care and cat behavior. I am a certified veterinary technician with a certificate in feline behavior and have worked in a cat-only veterinary practice since 2013. Today's presentation looks at the why, where, and how to trim your cat's claws. Part 2 features videos of cats having their claws trimmed using positive reinforcement. Let's get started. Why trim your cat's claws? You may notice that as your cat scratches, husks of keratin are shed, little curved skeletons of claws. This is a natural process. Why would you want or need to trim your cat's claws if you provide him with a scratching post? Your cat's claws are meant to be curved and sharp, but you may find you want to dull the tips of these claws to minimize damage to your sofa, to avoid being scratched when handling your cat. And if your cat does not shed her claws frequently enough, or the claw is threatening to grow into her paw pad. In the photo here, the claw is growing into the toe pad. This can happen with senior cats who are not scratching or grooming due to arthritis. The ingrown claw is painful, can result in infection and lameness. Save yourself a vet visit with regular claw trims. Did you know that a cat's claw is part of the last bone in a cat's toe? Your fingernails are attached firmly to a nail bed, which is tissue containing nerves and blood cells. They are not connected to your finger bones. Cat's claws are attached to the outermost bone of the cat's toe by the quick. The quick contains nerves, blood vessels, and other tissues, and is shown in red in the sketches here. The fingernail and claw that you actually see are dead cells. Living cells grow out from the cuticle or quick and displace the dead cells, pushing them through the skin. The visible cells are dead. They don't have any nerves or blood supply anymore, so it does not hurt to trim your fingernails or your cat's claws. Your cat's claws are protractable. That is, they can be extended. When relaxed, the claws are hidden in a sheath of skin. Your cat must extend them to use them. So what do you need to trim your cat's claws? You will need some type of trimmers and something to stop the bleeding if you accidentally trim the quick. In this photo, we have a pair of scissor-style trimmers and also human toenail clippers. Have some styptic powder, flour, or cornstarch on hand to stop bleeding. Where do you trim the claws to avoid clipping the quick? Most cats have white claws with a visible quick. The quick is pink since it contains blood vessels. In this photo, the quick is outlined in purple. Trim outside the quick on the red line. If you do accidentally clip the quick, press a pinch of styptic powder, flour, or cornstarch over the claw to stop the bleeding. How do you trim a cat's claw? One method is to hold your cat's paw between your thumb and forefingers. Your thumb will be on the top of the claw you are trimming. Your fingers will be on your cat's toe pads. Extend your cat's claw by pushing gently on the top of the claw. You will want to practice this hold as you desensitize your cat to having her feet handled. We want to make claw trims as pleasant as possible for your cat. Your cat's feet and toes are sensitive. He may understandably be reluctant to have his feet handled and claws trimmed. Food is one way we can make claw trimming a positive experience. Find a treat he likes and try trimming claws when he is hungry. Find a place she's comfortable. Some cats like to sit on laps. Others like to sit next to you on the sofa. Lots of cats love fleece blankets. Find the nail trimmer you want to use. The scissors types are compact and easy to use, but it's a good idea to have the human-style toenail clippers in your grooming box if you run into those thick, unshed claws of senior cats. It works well to approach your cat from behind for the claw trim. If he backs away from the clippers, he backs into you. And if you have a helper, he or she can feed the front end treats. Follow these 3 steps to trim your cat's claws. Desensitize, that is, get your cat used to having his feet handled. Offer him some treats while you handle his feet. Cats vary on the timing of the treat. Some cats you can massage the paw, then give the treat. There are other cats that the food and handling are best done at the same time. Once you stop handling his foot, remove the treat. Desensitize your cat to the trimmers in the same way. Touch her foot with the trimmers while massaging her foot and giving her a treat. Trim a claw or 2 the same way. Work up to trimming the whole foot. This may sound like you need 3 hands for this, and it's true, an extra pair of hands can be helpful. A helper can manage the food while you trim the claws. Once your cat is comfortable with step 1, proceed to step 2. Proceed on to step 3 when he is ready. Pay attention to your cat's body language when trimming his claws. Here are some signs that may indicate that your cat needs a break. The cat moves away from you. His ears flatten out or rotate backwards. She shakes her head. The fur on his back appears to ripple. She sharply turns her head to face you or your hand. When you are comfortable with trimming claws, establish a routine for claw trimming. A routine lets your cat know what you are going to do. So show him the trimmers and treats. Go to the blanket, the sofa, or wherever you trim claws. Trim his claws, and make sure to reward him for having his claws trimmed. Trimming your cat's claws does not have to be an ordeal. Desensitize your cat to having his feet handled, introduce him to the clippers, and clip some claws. Establish a routine that lets your cat know it is time for a claw trim. Join me in part 2 for videos of some real live claw trims. The videos show the 3-step claw trimming process and some ways you can accommodate individual cats when trimming claws. I also point out some of the body language you need to look for to know when your cat needs a break. Hope to see you soon.